Hi and welcome to our 15th video on word roots illustrated. This time we are going to cover two very important Latin roots from which hundreds of words are derived in English that can be easily learnt using this root connection. The roots are viv and vit, which mean to live or life, and let's introduce the topic using a very interesting term that we use in our student lives. Viva. Did you know that this popular term used for oral exams stands for viva voce, literally meaning with the living voice, that is, orally as opposed to a written examination. Now that the roots are introduced, let's have a look at other such interesting terms. Have you ever heard the term bon vivant? This is one expression that derives from French and yet is used commonly in English. Well, the term vivant contains the root viv, meaning to live, and bon means good. So bon vivant literally means to live good and is used for a person who lives well and who devotes himself to a sociable and luxurious lifestyle. For instance, if someone loves splurging on fashionable clothes, luxurious holidays, and expensive food and drinks, he is a bon vivant. Yet another popular expression is joie de vivre, which translates into joy of living and means exuberant enjoyment of life. Rest assured, you can expect a bon vivant to be filled with joie de vivre. Coming closer to English words, probably the most common one is survive. Since vivre means to live and super means in addition, so the word literally means to live in addition. The word can be used in several connected meanings, the first one being to continue to live or exist, especially in spite of danger or hardship or an accident. For example, we can see that a small plant with a yellow flower has survived despite extremely arid conditions. The second meaning is to remain alive after the death of a particular person. Usage example would be, after the fatal accident, he was hospitalized but could not survive. He is survived by his wife and 3 children. A derived word would be survival, which is a noun meaning the state or fact of continuing to live or exist, typically in spite of an accident, ordeal, or difficult circumstances. For instance, we can say that the region experiences extremely cold weather where survival itself is a challenge. There is no flora and people survive on packaged food from other parts of the globe. Though the same word can also refer to an object or practice that has continued to exist from an earlier time. Like I can say that my old jeans is a survival from my college days. The next derived word is vivid, which is used as an adjective to describe something that is very lively or full of life. To be exact, if something produces powerful feelings or strong, clear images in the mind, it is vivid. For instance, authors such as J.K. Rowling are renowned for their vivid plots and descriptions which make the characters come alive in the mind of readers. Vivid can also describe a color that is intensely deep or bright. We can say that in a particular valley, the flowers have brought about a vivid splash of color, or that Picasso's paintings have a vivid play of colors. If we add the suffix "fy" to this word, the word vivify is formed. Since fic means to make, the word vivify means to make something lively. Like we can say that outings vivify learning for children. Next word is vivacious. Since the suffix "-is" means characterized by or full of, the word literally means one who is full of life. The word is used as an adjective to mostly describe a woman that is attractively lively and animated. Like we can see the photograph of Marilyn Monroe, which clearly depicts these qualities. In fact, in her own words, imperfection is beauty, madness is genius, and it is better to be absolutely ridiculous than absolutely boring. We get the feeling that she is full of life and vigor. In other words, she is vivacious. A derived noun would be vivacity, which will refer to this quality of being lively. Marilyn Monroe was indeed one woman whose vivacity and charm had earned her many admirers. Moving on to yet another adjective, convivial. Well, this word literally means to live with, and since you live with others, the word generally refers to an atmosphere that is fit for a feast, is festive, and promotes interactions and social bondings, where people are in cheerful mood and friendly to each other. The word can also be used for a person. Both these meanings are exemplified in the following sentence. The family liked to visit the cafe often as the atmosphere there was quite convivial. The cafe staff and the owner himself were quite convivial. The next word is revive. Re being a prefix meaning back or again, and vivre means to live. So the word literally means to live again. If something or someone gets revived, it gets another chance of living again. Talking about popular brands, there is the brand Revive for instant starch, where the idea conveyed is that your clothes will live again if you use it. An example sentence for the first meaning, that is to regain life or consciousness or strength, is: the man collapsed with a heart attack, but speedy first aid helped to revive him. Though in a lighter meaning, it can mean to restore interest in or the popularity of. For example, nowadays many couples who are at the verge of a divorce opt for marriage counseling to revive interest in their failing relationship. Related words would be revival and revivify. While revival means an improvement in the condition, strength or fortunes of someone or something, for example, the excise duty cut has led to a revival in consumer spending on durables. It can also refer to an instance of something becoming popular, active or important again. For example, we can say that a dedicated tournament and apt branding has seen a revival in the sport this year. And since revivify means to make something live again, the same sentence can be rephrased as: a dedicated tournament and apt branding has helped revivify the sport this year. While the list of words based on the root viv continues, we will cover just two more. They are viviparous and vivisection. Parous means bearing, so viviparous literally means bearing alive, and is used as an adjective for animals which bring forth live young that have developed inside the body of the parent, like all mammals such as dogs. And vivisection? Section is on the pattern of dissection. So vivisection refers to the practice of performing operations on live animals for the purpose of experimentation or scientific research. This term is used only by opponents of such work. And in continuation of this meaning, dissecting a living animal is considered very ruthless, isn't it? So if someone makes a ruthlessly sharp or detailed criticism or analysis of something, that can also be called vivisection. An example sentence would be: this article is a vivisection of Delhi's seamy underbelly and how the authorities act oblivious to all the illegal activities that are being carried on under their noses. Now we will start with the next root VITA, which means life itself. And probably the easiest word with this meaning is vitamins. Yes, the same organic compounds which are necessary for healthy life, for nutrition and growth, and are present in plenty in all fruits and vegetables. And yet, some people prefer supplements for these vitamins. You can even recall that there are brands like Revital, which are dietary supplements that claim to help people live life to their fullest. Hope you have learned the fact that Vita means life. The first term we are going to introduce is dolce vita. This is an Italian expression which is now commonly used in English as well. It means sweet life, a life of heedless pleasure and luxury. And an example sentence would be: they are young, adventure seeking and living la dolce vita at their own pace. A very important word derived out of the root vita is vital. It is used for something that is absolutely necessary and essential and is as important as life itself. Vital is an adjective, and an example would be a properly functioning brain and heart, which are vital organs of the body, is vital for healthy life, which means extremely important for a healthy life. Though it can also be used in other contexts to describe something or someone who is full of energy and is very lively. For instance, Radha is a beautiful, vital girl who infuses everyone around her with new enthusiasm and optimism. A derived noun is vitality, which mostly refers to the state of being strong and active. For instance, the aerobics and the gym sessions have given her body a renewed vitality apart from enhancing her looks. Vitality could also mean the power-giving continuance of life present in all living things, like the vitality of seeds or saplings. Next words are vitalize, revitalize and devitalize. Well, as you would have guessed, these have a lot in common. Since the suffix "ize" means to cause to become, so vitalize means to cause to become vital, that is full of energy, or to give strength and energy too. For example, yoga calms and vitalizes our body and minds. Revitalize would mean to vitalize again. For instance, the government has announced a series of programs and schemes to revitalize the economy. And devitalize would be the opposite. It means to take away the vitality and deprive of strength and vigor. An example would be, beauticians claim that Botox is an effective therapy to treat devitalized skin and remove wrinkles. From VITA, we get another word vie, which is the French version for life. And at this point, I would like to introduce another popular phrase that English has inherited from this beautiful language. It's c'est la vie, which literally means that is life, and is used to express acceptance or resignation in the face of a difficult or unpleasant situation. For example, I feel sorry that you were not able to get your dream job, but as they say it, c'est la vie. And our last two words are derived from the French version of life, that is vie. They are viable and viability. Viable means capable of working successfully or feasible. For example, the product seems to be economically viable, so I think we should go ahead with the proposed investment. This is what the manager is proposing. And viability is a noun which refers to the ability to live, especially under certain conditions, or to the capacity to operate or be sustained. Like in the same example, the owner of the business seems a little cautious and remarks that since it is a high-cost venture, the viability of our company depends on how this product performs in future. That brings us to the end of this video. Hope you liked it. Subscribe our channel and stay tuned for more such videos. Thank you.